It's 2021, and somewhere on the dark web, a hacker known as Pompompurin is running an online forum responsible for some of the biggest leaks of the decade. For years, he has been the mastermind behind BreachForums, an infamous marketplace for hacking tools, illegal services, and stolen data. Among the many leaks attributed to the site, one of the most shocking was a 24-terabyte Chinese database leak, exposing over 1 billion citizens' personal information. But Pompompurin is playing a dangerous game. For the FBI, this is personal. They desperately search for a way to take down the man who once hacked their own email servers. Finally, they make a breakthrough. After tracking him to his real identity, they arrest him in front of the entire nation. It's 2015 in Portugal. A teenager named Diogo Santos Coelho, known online as Omnipotent, is sitting at his desk, the glow of his screen illuminating the room. He has built something massive, RaidForums, one of the largest cybercrime marketplaces in history. What began as a small community of kids raiding Twitch streams quickly grew into a hub for illegal activity. Over time, RaidForums amassed over 500,000 members, leaking massive databases like LinkedIn's 827 million record database leak and a 500 million user database leak from Facebook on the forums for free. But no empire lasts forever. In January 2022, the FBI, working with Europol and local authorities, finally made their move. Tracking his digital footprint, they traced Omnipotent to the UK and arrested him in a covert operation. He faced up to 25 years in prison. For a brief moment, it seemed law enforcement had the upper hand. But while the FBI celebrated, another figure watched closely. One of RaidForums' most active members, Pompompurin, saw an opportunity. While others saw chaos, he saw potential. Within weeks, whispers of a new forum spread. A successor had emerged, BreachForums. It looked eerily familiar. Within months, membership grew to the tens of thousands. High-profile leaks became routine again. A 23-terabyte Chinese database exposing over 1 billion citizens. A 5.4 million user Twitter leak shared for free. For the FBI, taking down Pompompurin became priority number one. The FBI had personal reasons for targeting Pompompurin. In 2021, he engaged in a public feud with cybersecurity researcher Vinnie Troia, who was actively trying to uncover his real identity. Then, in November 2021, something extraordinary happened. Over 100,000 people received an official FBI email, warning them about a supposed cybercriminal named Vinnie Troia. The problem? The email came from the FBI's own servers, sent via a system meant only for law enforcement. The hacker behind this stunt? Pompompurin. After this incident, the FBI put a target on his back, one that would only grow as he launched BreachForums. It's 2017, and an Android app that allowed users to use custom keyboards called AI.type just had their servers breached. The leak is immediately posted on RaidForums for all to view. Our very own Pompompurin sees this leak and is quite confused. He sends RaidForums owner a message. "Hello, I'm sorry to bother you with this, but I noticed recently that the AI-type data breach post doesn't seem to include every user, at least to my understanding. Looking up one of my old emails on Have I Been Phoned, I come up as in it, but I cannot locate myself in the file provided at the forum post. It seems that maybe it is only a partial amount of data from it. I was under the impression that it was the full amount of data from looking at the thread, as I didn't see any mention of it only being some of the data from the breach. I'm not messaging to ask for credits back or anything because I wanted it anyways. I just wanted to let you know that it doesn't seem to be the full amount of data, and that the thread doesn't seem to communicate that it isn't the full one. Thanks." Omnipotent responds, "What email did you look up and how?" Pompompurin is smart and doesn't leak his own email in this private message, instead using another one as an example. "Apologies for the late reply. Here is another email that I found to be present on Have You Been Phoned, but not inside of the file provided on the thread. I don't want to share my actual email for obvious reasons, but this email seems to have the same case as mine. Connor Fitzpatrick, 02@gmail.com. It's 2023. The FBI is still searching for Pompompurin. While combing through RaidForums' private messages, they find this one tiny mistake. He thought he had been clever in saying that it wasn't his actual email, and that he wouldn't share his actual email for obvious reasons. The truth, not only had he given his real email, but his real email contained his entire legal name and his year of birth. The FBI finally found their target. On a cold morning on March 2023 in New York, the sound of tires scrunching gravel cut through the stillness. Black SUVs lined the street outside a suburban house. Inside, 21-year-old Connor Brian Fitzpatrick, known to the world as Pompompurin, is sitting at his computer. His screen glows with the familiar face of RaidForums. He doesn't hear the FBI agents until it's too late. The raid is swift. Federal agents flood the home, weapons drawn. Fitzpatrick is taken by surprise as he's handcuffed in his own room. Around him, agents seize laptops, hard drives, and cell phones. Yet, as the FBI celebrated, an unsettling truth began to emerge. Despite the arrest, BreachForums wasn't down. In fact, the forum was even more active. The takedown of Pompompurin should have marked the end of BreachForums. Instead, it became just another blip in its story. Enter Baphomet. Baphomet was a familiar name within the BreachForums community, serving as a high-ranking member and, as some speculated, Pompompurin's second-in-command. But this time, he wasn't alone. Partnering with the infamous hacker group Shiny Hunters, the Goop kept the forum going. On May 15, 2024, they launched BreachForums 5th2, declaring it the official successor to the seized BreachForums. But it wasn't just about bringing the old forum back, it was about trolling the very organization that had tried to shut them down. For months, BreachForum 2.0 operated in a tense state. That was until the inevitable happened again. In May 15, 2024, about a year after BreachForums 2.0 released, a new page was put up on the website. The FBI had once again taken down BreachForums, and it clearly had taken over the website as well. A few hours before, somewhere in Europe, a data center owned by a company called Nice VPS is shut down. They had been forced to shut down after the FBI seized every server in their data center. The reason? Nice VPS hosted the BreachForums server, meaning if the FBI would get access to the servers, they would essentially have access to BreachForums. But that was only one half of the puzzle. The domain breachforums.estate was handed over by Nisnik, a Hong Kong-based domain registrar who, at the FBI's request, handed the BreachForums domain name, meaning that now, the FBI could point it to wherever they so desired. A few hours after the seizure page went live, Shiny Hunters had an idea. What if they asked Nice Nick really nicely to give them back the domain and to ignore the FBI were asking? The group decides they have nothing to lose, so that's what they do. And a few hours later, now with the domain back in their possession, the group decides why not embarrass the FBI some more. They change the homepage to their new Telegram group and play F the Police on repeat on the homepage. Panicking and completely shocked by what just happened, FBI special agents write Nice Nick an email. They plead with Nice Nick to hand them back the domain because without it, the entire operation means nothing. Nice Nick decides the best thing to do is to forward the email to Shiny Hunters, who then make a post on the BreachForums, embarrassing the FBI even further. Shiny Hunters explain that Baphomet was most likely arrested, and that with the FBI's hunt for the BreachForums server, they shut down a legitimate business entirely by seizing every server in an entire data center just to obtain the escrowed data. A month or so passed, and BreachForums is running as normal. Shiny Hunters are still the owners, but they admit that after some problems they've been finding, it's kind of sapped their motivation to keep the forum going, though they'll keep it alive. A few weeks later, a cybercriminal known as Intel Broker, famous for his hacks of Europol, Pandabee, and Apple, takes control of the forum, now serving as the owner. On January 23, 2025, Intel Broker announces something. He is officially stepping down from his position as owner, leaving the position to perhaps another admin. As of today, BreachForum remains up. It serves as a testament to the FBI's failure, the trolling of hackers who simply don't care about the FBI, and what happens when a few hackers embarrass the biggest intelligence agency in the world.